Okay, and we're back with lecture 5, sublecture 4 of course 2. What I had done on the previous lecture is I had just clicked the referenced IDV. That did not have an expected action that I had expected it to do. Apparently it's changed a tad since the last time I was on here, which there are changes from time to time, and usually you can figure them out. All I did was just pull up every instance of this individual contract, which is interesting data, and we'll turn over and look at the contract itself in a second, or their perception of the contract. So as we scroll down, we'll see there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, all in the same contract. You see all these different action obligations. These are individual awards made under the contract. Sometimes you'll see award for 0, and that just means they did some sort of an administrative change that did not require any kind of a payment. Here's a very small dollar amount payment. Here's another small dollar amount payment. These are just lump sums for something. Sometimes you'll see a negative, and that's an overpayment. So that's where the government actually paid too much, or they had asked TIGWA to do something that was outside the scope of the contract, so TIGWA was unable to do so. It could be any number of reasons. Just be aware it's not always going to be a positive number. Sometimes it's going to be a negative number. So let's keep going down and see if anything jumps out. Here's a larger amount, and here's that's a pretty significant amount. Okay, and here's a pretty significant deletion. So this is all very common. It's very, very normal in federal government contracts to see large dollar amounts go in, large dollar amounts come out. These are not things to be concerned about. And they do not reflect poorly on the company. They do not mean that the company is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. That's just the reality of the situation, and that, large amounts come in and sometimes large amounts go back out. Okay, so let's come back up here. And what we're going to do is we're going to view the information that's feeding this box right here. So we're going to click View, which is what I expected to happen when I clicked the referenced IDV. And we're just going to give it a moment to load up here. Again, federal government, not the fastest database on the web, but it has the information we need, so we'll be patient and just wait for a moment and let it do that. Okay, so this is, if you remember from a previous sub-lecture, we had looked at an SF, I believe it was a 1440, a standard form 1440. This, what you're seeing on the screen, the different fields in here take information from that 1440, which it's a paper copy, so someone has to retype it. But this is the same kind of information that a standard form 33 or a standard form 1440 or an amendment